Yeah,
I'm
we're
gonna hold
working.
you down.
You can hold me down.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome. Thank y'all for joining us tonight on this. Hopefully, it's beautiful where you are.
I'm gonna hold you down.
You can hold me down. Hey, welcome. Man, we got a little feedback up in this thing. All right, so we'll figure that part out. Hey, welcome this evening. We appreciate y'all joining us tonight. Um, you have a lot of opportunities, a lot of things that you can be doing, but you did take some time to spend it with us this evening, so we appreciate it.
Yes,
Hey,
thank you.
so we're simulcasting Black Marriage Club. Our views and everything that we talk about tonight are our views. Marriage After Dark podcast, not necessarily reflect the views of Black Marriage Club. So we got to get that on out of the way. So we appreciate y'all. Let me move that off the screen. We're going to get into the show because we have 30 minutes inside of Black Marriage Club, but we will be going for at least an hour total. And I'm going to drop the link inside the chat early this time because I missed it last time. So if you want to join the show later, come in via audio only or video chat with us in reference to the topic tonight. Then you will have to go over to YouTube if we get started to that point a little later. So just remember that if you want to come in live, answer some questions based on tonight's topic, you will need to make sure that you go over to YouTube because we're only going to be here for 30 minutes, just in case we don't get
And
that part
that's
going.
not for you guys on Marriage Podcast After Dark. You know how we do ours.
Yeah. So people that are in Marriage After Dark podcast in our group that we're simulcasting to, you're straight. You don't have to do anything different. But those that are in BMC, you will have to, if you want to join, and we run out of time of our 30-minute allotment, have to go on over to YouTube. Same broadcast and everything. So, matter of fact, let me go ahead and drop that thing right now. Why don't you go ahead and introduce us for the people who don't personally know us while
All
I do this?
right. Thank you again for joining. I am Sarah. This is my wonderful husband, Lamar Lacey. I am a nurse.
Whoa, my full name. Come on now.
Did I say that?
Go ahead.
Oh.
No, I'm
Y'all,
just
he's
kidding.
so crazy. I am a nurse by day. He is a finance manager by day. So yeah, we've been married 13 years now and going strong.
Yes, we
So, yeah.
have. So that's what we do. We're not marriage experts or anything like that. We are just a couple that finds it important to speak to other couples in reference to all things related.
And this is bonding time for us too. It's fun. Like we say, we're no experts. But I mean, we like to, keep it positive with other married couples or people who are looking to be married.
That's correct. So I went ahead and dropped that inside the. If you're in BMC, I already dropped the actual link over there in the chat, so you can see that on your phone. You can click that to get over there. All right,
Okay.
so let's go ahead and get to it tonight.
Yeah.
So we got 15 people in there on one side. We got 18 on the other. Let's go ahead and get that engagement up real quick, if y'all would, please. We appreciate it. You ready to get to it?
Let's get to it.
All right. My sound effects ain't working for some reason. We're getting some reverb, so I got my sound effects. I'm gonna have to figure that out at some point. Y'all gonna be seeing me fooling with some stuff.
All right. Core principles.
Our core principles are 3 core principles that we like to mention before each show. Number 1, we believe in a traditional marriage. We don't knock anybody who has non-traditional or a modern marriage, but we just believe in a traditional marriage. That's just the way that we've been brought up and just the way we decide to live. We don't knock you if you think something differently. It's all love. Number 2, core principle number 2, date. We believe in dating. My wife came up with this crazy idea, 9 years ago? Hey, we need to go on a date at least once a week. I'm like, damn.
It's important. You
Let's
gotta
go-
feel like you're a priority.
Right. Don't get into my Xbox time. But anyway, so we decided to do that. Hey, I wasn't on board with it first, but you know what? It was the best thing I could ever
You had
done.
date night last night and you enjoyed it.
Date night last night, enjoyed it. Yeah, we split a steak up in that thing. It was nice. And number 3, what is number 3? 80-20. How could I forget that? That's the most important one. We believe in 80-20, not only in our marriage, but in life in general. If you get 80% out of something that you strive for or shooting for or want to do, you're doing great. The other 20% you don't get, you just got to charge it to the game. You ain't gonna, nothing's 100%. Contrary to popular belief, you can't have it all.
Can't have it all.
You can't have it all. You can't have it all. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Again, if you just came in, go ahead and hit that like and share button for us. I appreciate it. See if we can get 100 people up in this piece tonight. All right, so
tonight's topic is, who do you serve first, the kids or your husband? And we know this topic has been a soft spot for some people.
Soft spot? You mean sore spot?
Yeah, it makes people butt itch. Like, people get mad.
Yeah, people get heated.
So the three things we'll touch on today is, why is it important to serve your husband first? The second thing is why your husband comes first.
Or your wife.
Yep. Your spouse. And third, we'll touch on a good foundation equals a happy home. So
I wish I had my fingers live. I can hit the.
I know. You don't have your soundboard?
Yeah, my soundboard. We got it, but it didn't work. But anyway, go ahead.
So yes, so like you said, they'll go onto YouTube and to be able to join us live.
Yeah. So if you're on BMC, the link is pinned in the chat if you would go over YouTube, just in case we run short on time to bring you in, because we'll ask you questions in real time. You can either do it audio only, is the option as you're logging coming in, or you can do it in video, like you're video conferencing live. So just remember that. Those that are in Marriage Club After Dark, you don't have to do anything different.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started.
All right, so let's go ahead and drop. You see, those who put their name in. We got, let's see, we got Miss Linda in. Thank you for coming in this evening, Miss Linda, and joining us.
We got Jennifer in here.
Yeah, let's see. Thanks for making marriage important. No problem. It's very important. It's like air. You know what I mean? Someone says 80-20. Can you read that for me, baby?
Yes, 80-20 rule.
Yes,
that's Jennifer.
All right.
Yes. So it's hard for some reason, a lot of names are not showing up right now, but we're going to keep it moving. Yeah,
so let me read a couple of actual comments from the BMC side. Ebony says, good question. Yes, good question. Who comes first? Dominic Fryer says, husband. Yes. Tanisha, I serve my husband. He is the head. Damn, I would drop one of the bombs on that one. Yes. Without the head, the snake doesn't survive. Right. Kind of traditional, but hey, it's worked for thousands of years. So it is what it is. All right. Christine said kids, but only because it's my husband's preference. All right. And Keisha, God made him the head of the household. It's Bible facts. God, husband, wife, kids.
Y'all on to something good. We're getting started already.
Oh yeah. So
so let's get on to what you're gonna mention, so we can, if they want to join us on the second set, they can.
Y'all see how she bossed me around? I mean, she bossed me around.
I gotta keep him on task a little bit, y'all.
In a lot of homes, just like that, the man is the train up in that thing. You know what I'm saying? And the wife keep you on the tracks and keep you steady. Focus, fool, focus. All right, sorry. All right, so we're going to talk about this tonight. If you decide to join with us, I just got a couple of rules here. Be respectful, but also not all and every home is different are not acceptable answers for tonight.
That's fair.
All right. Not all, what about, and everyone is different is not an acceptable answer tonight. We're just going to, reason why, because it just detracts from the actual conversation, and it makes it hard to have a discourse. We're going to basically talk in general, most part, on the balance of probabilities, right? If you think, I'll give you an example. Nurses. When you think of nurse, what do you think of? A man or a woman?
A woman.
Exactly. But are there male nurses?
Yes.
Right. So when you say,
you're speaking broad and in general, the most majority tonight.
Yeah.
Let's and we understand that each household is different. So yes.
That's correct. Just keep the tea.
Yeah.
And this is my tea, y'all. This ain't no bourbon like I wish it was, but it's tea. Unsweet. All right. So question number one, why is it important to serve your husband first? That's what this is all about tonight. And as we do with each one of our broadcasts, we always like to do research. We like to give our answers more based in what we research from reputable sites, sources, versus what we feel personally. When it is our personal opinion, we like to go ahead and state that, because of course we're going to have opinions on that. So what we did, I'm going to bring this up. It'll be the last time I tried to bring it up on the BMC side. It actually stopped the stream, but I'm bringing it up here. I'm going to read it to y'all. It's from the Mother List. This is a very, very good site that has things all related to family and kids. You've been to this site a few times.
Yes, I like it.
Yes, and this is for a reason to put your spouse before your children. So before we get to that particular part, I believe the answer to the question, why is it important to serve your husband first? One, tradition.
We believe in tradition.
Yes, but, back in the days when, back in prior to the late 60s, when we were, and black people particularly were married at 80, almost 85% of us were married. You had dinner typically at the same time. Now that's not true so much as now because
Work.
some work is prevails, but dad sat at one end, mom sat at the other end, kids sat somewhere in the middle, right? And it typically was a lot of kids. Now, back then you had 4 or 5 kids. Now she barely gets 1 or 2 kids, but that's a whole nother subject.
Right.
But anyway, but as a show of res- respect, so to speak, for the man of the house, contrary to popular belief, women did work back then too. But just to say, hey, he gets his plate first. It's one of the reasons why I capitalize serve and not eat. There's a difference.
I'm going to bring you your plate to the table first.
Exactly.
Not necessarily. I'm not going to start eating.
Exactly.
But although that used to be the case, the man ate first.
Yeah.
Then the woman, then the kids. So that's not uncommon.
It wasn't uncommon back then. The reason, so it's just to show support. Now, that also the reason why it's important to serve your husband, because who's watching?
The kids.
Especially the young girls, right? When the old biblical saying, how does it go? He who findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord, right? When I grew up, I thought that meant, man, when you get married, then you get married and make a girl your wife, you get favor. And then I learned, once listening and researching, it's when you find a woman who is living like a wife, then you find favor and you make her yours. So it's not that you give favor once you marry her, is if the woman is living the life of a wife and you run into her, oh, you obtain favor from the Lord by making her yours. So that's it. I like to clear that up because I tell everybody that I can that we put it on t-shirts and we kind of take it out of context anyway. All right. So that's that's the main reasons I want to, that's one main reasons why we've, that is what it is. Number 2, why your spouse comes first. Do you want to add it? Do you want to answer any of that before I go into that answer?
Well, for me personally, I feel like you come first because I expect a lot from you. I expect you to protect us. I expect you to go out and work 50, 60 hours a week. So if I want that, that's a great responsibility. When I sleep at night, if something goes down in the household, I expect you to get up and take care of it. And I expect you to do certain things around the house. So if I expect these things from you, I feel like
you damn right. I wish my button was working. I got that ding ding from
I know. I hate that it's not working, y'all. He got this little thing that
don't tell you always getting away my secrets up in here.
But anyway, yeah. So I feel like if I expect those things from you, our life is in your hands. So the least I can do is put you first. You have to be the priority of the family.
Yeah. And also it go as far as spouses go. Yes, I believe in that because in traditionally, when you're ready, back in the day, I don't know if a lot of people know, in the 40s, 50s, you didn't date. A guy said, "Hey, my daughter is of age, and I'm looking for a suitable man," and they hook things up for you. That's different. But now, it is a common practice for a man to go and ask for his daughter's hand in marriage. And the whole principle is that, hey, this young lady is under the coverage and leadership of her father. And you go ask him for a hand in marriage, and she leaves his coverage and home and comes into yours.
Yeah.
And so
so quite naturally, you should come first. The man should come first because you're the protector. You're the leadership.
Correct. So when I fail as a husband, when I fail as a husband, I have to answer to God, but also I have to answer to her dad.
Right.
So
because he
that's
coming for you.
absolutely, and that's why when that kind of order is that structure is there's checks and balances and things kind of keep on the path. You know what I'm saying? If I let you down, let my family down, some people I got to answer to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if I'm going to have that responsibility, I should be out there and be the shield for the family.
So,
While you go ahead.
a couple of comments. It says, it's a respect thing. Um, he leased this home with love. He deserves it. Yes. So definitely. Um, got Quay saying that it's a respect thing. It's
And traditional.
traditional. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Someone said, I'm very old school. I love honoring my king as a queen. It's my responsibility. So
Old school, like what? Like Gucci, old school Gucci? Because the old school Gucci was the. Oh, I'm sorry. We talking about Christian
so
music.
crazy. And then someone also said, our kings carry a lot of weight. Yes, they do. They carry so
Bing!
much weight.
Yes.
So the least, they can appreciate, coming home feeling honored and respected.
Yes.
They feel like they're the king of, of their castle.
Yes, and it's not to diminish the role of the
No,
wife,
not
as
at
her
all.
role is very, very important. It's just
Absolutely.
different.
It's just
And I think one of the things that we've run into now, and not to get off too much of the subject, is we've been hearing a lot of, we've done a podcast, so there's no gender roles, and we are equal, and that just throws everything,
That's
we
a whole
believe,
different
out
story.
of balance,
Men and women are not equal biologically.
Yes. So that conversation is null and void. Men and women are not equal. It doesn't mean that one is better than the other.
No,
So
no.
if that triggers anybody, I get it, but it's just, it is what it is.
You got comments
Bring it
up
up with Mother Nature. All right. So Pamela says, Renita says she is the help me. Yes, he is she helps him because at the end of the day, when you have a leader, provider, protecting, you have a helpmeet. He does the heavy lifting. She does some lifting as well. But what happens is everybody in the home benefits from the work of those two.
Absolutely.
Everybody benefits. Christian principles, yes, says Pamela. Dominic Fryer says, all right. Whenever I read all right, and I see it, I get that kind of voice in my head. All right. The last question here.
It's not a question, it's more of a statement.
Right. See, you're getting the train back on the track.
We feel like a good foundation equals a happy home. I'm sure most people can agree with that. So if your husband feels honored and respected, and the wife feels appreciated and what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know what's going on in that head.
Well, more so appreciated and respected as well. Like
yes.
She, validated is the word that I'm looking for. That I think that sets a good foundation for a happy marriage. I feel like once that foundation is set and the kids can see both ends, then I feel like the kids quite naturally can withstand any, like, okay, mom and dad, they got it. They're balanced. If something comes along, we can weather the storm.
Yes. Weather the storm. So I'm going to get to the article. I brought it up on one. I can't bring no other, but I'll read this. I think I used to like to read in class. I was that one.
Hated it.
The teacher used to always.
And I still do.
Because
they pick you because you.
Yeah, I was what they call it, the teacher's pet too a lot. But anyway. All right, number one of the reasons why we kind of touched on this a little bit, and I apologize, I kind of skipped over this. 4 reasons to put your spouse before your children.
Oh, yeah.
4 reasons to put your spouse before your children. And I want you guys, as we say these, if you will, drop in the chat if you agree or not. And you will be able to touch on these questions as we go along in the overtime too. Number 1, you will be doing your children a favor. Let me say that again. You will be doing your children a favor. And again, this is from the mother list. Our babies will grow up, and when they do, they will probably realize how valuable their parents are. Let's hope. Yes. As they get older, children want their parents to be happy and cared for. Just like you want to care for your children. They want you to be cared for as well, husband and wife. All right, dad take care of mom, mom take care of dad. They have feelings as well. They worry about their parents as much as we have worried about them. Makes sense. Knowing that their parents are happy and have their own lives helps them let go and move forward themselves.
I agree.
I think that is crucial. Whenever that conversation comes up, I think this is a good reference, in our opinion, and research to why you come before your kids. Number 2, read that headline.
I can't see it.
Right there at the top. Number 2.
A happy marriage creates a trickle down effect.
Yeah, a happy marriage creates a trickle down effect. I got 2 TVs up in here. Y'all need to see it. I'm gonna show y'all one day. Anyway, a happy marriage creates a trickle down effect. Have you heard the saying, if mom isn't happy, no one is happy? Y'all done heard that before. Marriage is similar. If the bond between spouses isn't strong, then things get tense, and children can easily pick up on that tension.
Absolutely. Kids are smart.
Kids are very, very smart. Problems don't get solved together. Disagreements tend to turn into fights, and the family feels separated rather than unified. When 2 people are happy in their marriage, they are happier in general, particularly when at home. It is easier to handle arguing siblings if you aren't arguing yourself. I have trouble with that word. Plus, joining forces with your spouse is way more effective when it comes to disciplining children, particularly defiant teenagers. Bam. Yes. So that's a good one. Number 3, your life won't always be sitting in the bleachers and playing chauffeur.
Them kids will leave you. Them kids will pack up and they're going to be gone. And your spouse has to understand, y'all have to have a connection.
Absolutely.
Once the kids gone.
Y'all heard that little thing that's been going around for the last few months at such and such the kids, right? But anyway, that's more in jest. But yes, so I'm gonna read this. This one here is going to be crucial. Your life won't always be sitting in the bleachers while playing chauffeur. For as long as you can remember, you had something on your calendar that you needed to do for someone else. Taking kids to various practices, helping with homework, baking last-minute goodies, etc., doing broken hearts, pacing as you wait for someone to come home. It's never ending worrying about your kids. Once the kids leave home, the only thing that remains on your daily schedule is worry. Suddenly, the days that seem too short now seem too damn long if you don't fill in your calendar. Now's the time to spend more time with your spouse on your common interests and plan for great activities or vacations. Learn to cook together, play games, enjoy films, or just be together. There will always be many things that you want to learn or explore, but doing things with your person you're married is the cherry on top of a wonderful life. Don't take time for granted. So that basically says is, look, yes, the reason why you make sure that you and your spouse are a priority or ahead is because one day your kids are going to be gone.
Yeah.
And they're going to have their own lives.
And you're not even just your and this is saying spouse. We're not just speaking in this instance your husband. This is wife as well. I mean, once the kids are gone, you gotta like each other.
Yeah, you gotta like each other. You ain't gotta love each other. We had a show about that. You ain't gotta love each other, but you do have. Hold on.
Not always gonna love each other.
Yeah, you're not always gonna love each other. I don't want to come off as being kind of a heartless kind of guy, but no, you're not always gonna love each other in real life. Sometimes there'll be times where you just like each other. Sometimes you just don't like each other. But you know what? You got to get through it because hey, life ain't all peaches and creams, and can't have it all. 80-20, baby.
20.
That 20% that you can't stand your spouse.
Like this behind your back.
All right.
But anyway,
all right, we got a couple more minutes before we have to switch over. What this is the last one. This is the really, really good one. Number 4. What doesn't get nurtured will eventually die. Oh shit!
What your sound effects say?
Man, I'm sorry.
Now that is true. If you do not nurture your marriage, if you do not water, if you do not pour into your marriage, it will die.
Yes.
So if you do not treat your spouse with the utmost respect and the utmost honor, what are we looking at?
Yes. So let me read this one here. Sometimes the days seem like they never end. Ain't that the truth? But years fly by in the blink of an eye. Remember when you was a kid, when you was in school, a year took a long time? You know why? Because you was always anticipating Christmas and always your birthday. So you're always looking forward to it. Now when you're grown, it's how the saying go, days are long and years are short. All right. Sometimes the days seem like they'll never end. Before you know it, the house will be empty. The messy rooms will be clean. We got a room, two rooms in here. Ain't never shit going on. But anyway, and all would be left is you and your spouse, like you mentioned. It isn't a time to dread. It should be something you look forward to. If you spend all that damn time focusing on them, on those beautiful children, you may be in a little trouble.
Yeah.
Having free time to do what you've always wanted to do and share new experiences together. That's the golden time. It's greater later. That is really, really true. Ignoring your marriage for years will result in a silent house. Ignoring your marriage for years will result in a silent house. As the two of you become uncomfortable with each other, and others won't have much to say. I'm sorry, I jacked it up. Focusing on your relationship will make the empty nest a time to look forward to, a time you can share with your best friend.
I am looking forward to it.
Nurture your relationship so that when the time comes, it can truly blossom and become something even more amazing. God damn it.
All right, so y'all see he on one right now. So Marriage Club, please join us via YouTube. We appreciate
Black Marriage Club.
Black Marriage Club. Join us via YouTube so you guys can answer some of the questions. Also, if you like the podcast so far, feel free to search Marriage Podcast After Dark. Join us. So yeah, jump on over so we can continue this conversation. But to the Marriage Podcast, you guys don't have to do anything. Just stay here. Don't go anywhere.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and drop this in here for y'all real quick inside the chat in Black Marriage Club. I'm typing it in right now. If you want to go ahead and join in, we have some questions for you. You can join in audio only, just in case your hair ain't did, whatever the case is. Fellas, you ain't got your beard right, you can just go ahead and join the audio, or you can click it and select the option to join video too, so we can get you, bring in on live and let the whole
and
world
to
see
anyone,
you.
while he's doing that, to the Marriage Podcast, not the Marriage Podcast, what is the Marriage Club. Thank you guys for taking the time to join us. We really appreciate it. So yes, if you have enjoyed what you have watched so far, please consider joining.
All right, so it is in the chat. I'm gonna leave it up there just for a second. We went over by a minute, so I'm gonna leave it there just for now. And in the meantime, while you guys are going ahead and clicking over and joining us on YouTube over in Black Marriage Club, we're going to take a short little
like 30 seconds.
It's around about 22 seconds. I ain't feel that thing. I was creating a little video. I ain't do it in 30 seconds. But we're going to go ahead and play our little teaser there. We got people joining in as we speak right now. And I'm going to drop this in here real quick. Give me just a second here.
And please hit the share button. Like, share.
On your way out, yes, if you will. Let me put this chat inside our group so the people over here can join in as well. They're gonna be mad at me over there. We going over our time. We in the overtime. It's gonna cost us.
Hey, I'm hoping we don't do that this Sunday with the Bengals game, but that's another.
Oh yeah, that's another story right there, baby. I'm gonna get this thing in here. There we go. All right, so I'm dropping the chat over here in our group as well. All right, so hey, Black Marriage Club. See you in just a minute on YouTube. Thank y'all so much for joining. We'll see y'all on the other side on YouTube in just a moment. Peace out to y'all.
All right. Hello.
All right, so let me go ahead. We're going to get everything together. We see y'all loaded up in the chat. Just bear with us for a second. We will be right.
30 seconds. Don't go nowhere.
Hey, y'all. And I was telling her.
How dare you?
I don't know what's some. We having the audio problem, so
well, that's all right. We keep it pushing.
It is. All right, so we have a couple of people that are in the actual queue. Real quick, Bridget, your device is not connected, so it's probably saying either you don't have given it access to your camera. If you're on a computer, you don't have your camera set up, but if you're on your phone, you haven't given it access to your yeah. So Mariah, you are all set to go. We're going to bring you in here in just a second. So before we do, let's just touch on couple of the comments that were said. We'll bring them up on screen. Can you match this up for me, baby? The name. I'm gonna read it. I know my role. I'm cherished. I love honoring him. His stress and burdens are heavy. At this house, he is king. I think thought we read that earlier. And that is why we choose to dedicate our lives to our marriage and ourselves. Yes, no children. Grateful for that decision. Okay, especially today. But we like each other and love each other. Constantly building, loving, growing. Hey, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, the next one. Ooh, better nurture that marriage. I'm surrounded by failing marriages. It's heartbreaking. Please make it a priority.
Absolutely.
Bam. Yes. And somebody left on that.
Thank you. I'm glad you love the podcast.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We love you too. All right. So the link to join the chat is in the chat. And we are going to bring in our first guest for this evening. So let's go ahead and bring Mariah on. Mariah, I'm talking like these folks down in Memphis. Mariah on in. Let's see. Let's add her on in.
Hello.
All right. So, hey, before we get started, hold tight, Mariah. I'm going to see if I can work this audio out because I just realized I'm not going to be able to hear you. Hold on.
And two, sometimes it helps if you have an headphones too. Sometimes it helps if you have an. Hey, cousin Rob. Hey, cousin Rob's wife. Thank you guys for joining in. Hey, Michaela. Hey, cousin Quay. Hey, cousin Rob's wife. I still got left.
Yeah, we do. Hold on. All right, hold on, Miss Mariah. Yeah, we do. Hold on.
Okay, y'all. So while he does that,
go ahead and do some of the.
So my first question is, did you grow up seeing a woman serve the man in the house first? And this can be for men and women. Drop your comments in the comment section. So, did you grow up seeing that?
I'm gonna try to bring this audio in one more time while they dropping their answer.
Hey, cousin Jessica.
I'm gonna try to bring this audio in one more time while they dropping their answer. Well, I could. You want to punch your computer?
I know. Don't punch it. Okay, so Avery says no. Avery says he did not grow up seeing that. What about anybody else? Did you grow up seeing your mom or your auntie? Okay, so Avery says no.
All right, yeah, that's terrible. I'm sorry to interrupt. We really want to go ahead and take a moment and apologize to Miss Mariah. We're not going to be able to bring you in on audio because we're hearing a little bit of delay. The servers on the service that we're using tonight are a little bit behind, causing the issue. I'm sorry about that, but it's a little bit out of our control. But what we'll have to do for folks to answer is to go ahead and answer via the chat. We apologize.
Yeah, y'all know how
we hope y'all understand that it's a little bit out of our control. So go ahead and what was the question?
Okay, so my question was, did you grow up seeing the women serve the men in the house first? So Avery says no. Someone else says, I did not see my mom or dad serving each other. Rob says yes and no.
Go a little slower. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up.
Okay. Miss Bailey says, yes, my grandmother that I can remember, my mom not at all.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
So I can even, so this is crazy. So my mom and my dad never married, but sometimes my dad would come over to the house just to visit. So
just to visit.
Well, they probably was doing other stuff too.
That's what y'all thought.
That's another whole nother story. But
I'm sorry.
I can remember, like, even
shout out to your dad. Thank you.
When my dad would come over to the house, if mom cooked like something, she would, fix his plate first. Ask if he wanted something to eat, she would, fix his plate first. But I didn't see a whole lot of it.
Yeah. My father wasn't around, so I didn't see it. So I did most of, my mom served me. Miss Jessica says, my mom, younger sister, my aunt has always fixed my uncle's plates. That's good.
And that's their brother. So it doesn't necessarily have to be your spouse. I do notice more of a Southern thing. The man, I don't care if it's cousin, uncle, whoever, if he's a man, he was served first.
Yes, by the ladies in the home. Now, other cultures. Let's go ahead and just touch on that a little bit. I'm in the automotive business, and I've worked with a lot of different cultures, and this topic has come up. And typically in Mexican homes, the daughters serve their brothers, and mom serves dad. And that's the how we always hear is, sometimes this has been debatable too, that a lot of um, Latina Latinas are a little more submissive. That was one of the reasons that a lot of people say that is why, because at an early age, they learn how to be wives by serving their brothers and stuff like that, and in other cultures as well. So this is very, very interesting. All right, next one. Want you the next one? I'll go ahead and read this one. I don't. Can you say the name?
Rob says,
"Mom served dad, but after they divorced, didn't see it anywhere else." Understood, but you did get opportunity to actually see it, which is good.
I don't have this question written down, but why do you guys think that I'm probably going
Boy, to choose your words carefully, you're gonna get canceled about this thing.
I know this the counseling culture. Why do you think that the modern woman feels like it's so taboo to serve their man?
Oh shit.
What do you why like what do you think?
Well, from what I have seen, especially when it comes to we're all equal, no gender roles. When you don't when you don't see the value in someone else, or you don't see defined roles, it's like, why do you even?
If I see you as my equal,
yeah, it's just like when you're at work. The person that does the same job and role as you they get paid the same as you. You're not serving them, so to speak. But when these powers that be come around, the higher ups that come around, maybe in the CEO come in the building, everybody straighten up and give that person a little bit more respect, change their tone and all that.
But this is crazy because, if your girlfriend or your friends come to the house, you're gonna make sure they comfortable. If they say, if my girlfriend coming to the house to stay for the weekend, girl, you need anything? You need me to do anything? You hungry? You want a snack? You want me to go to the store? I'm gonna make sure that the girlfriend is good. But sometimes we hesitant to do that for our husbands, and I just don't understand. Like, why don't we? I must say majority don't have that same level of respect and
I think it's because of over the years missing fathers. That's a whole other subject on why, but
I got you.
It's because a lot of times they didn't have a man in the home, so, and it all depended on what was said about men in the home as grew up. So we're going to keep it at that one. We'll do another podcast on that one down the road, but we don't want to get too far off in the weeds.
So Linda says, I think go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's on screen. Go ahead.
Okay. The same reason women feel submissive is taboo. I agree with that. And I don't think so. Okay, we did that show last week, but
we're not going to touch on it too much.
Yeah. So I get it. That I agree with you.
Yeah. Next one, Miss Linda says, I think many younger women are more independent than before. That dog, where's my switch at? Yes. That is one of the reasons too. As we've talked about before, and I actually talk about this at length in my personal life as well. We are probably on almost our third generation of encouraging our young Black women to be strong, independent.
And it's getting us nowhere.
And it is, in our opinion, and from what we see and the data shows, it is actually working and horribly in reverse.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should not be self-sufficient, but as Lamar, if you guys always see his hashtag, what is your hashtag?
And we are better together.
So ain't no need to struggle on a $40,000, $50,000 income if you don't have to. You do what you got to do. But you're always better together. Yes.
We are. Just to touch on what she said is about being independent. Understand, get an education, but sometimes you can encourage that kind of position for a woman to a point where she gets on later in life and puts her in a bad position to try to mate up with a man. While other cultures I've seen and talked to and we've noticed are encouraging to find your husband while you're in college. You know what I'm saying? Get linked up, get on with life, start building that generational wealth together. But that's a whole nother subject. But thank you, Miss Linda. And the next one, why don't you go ahead and read the next one?
Everyone wants to be QB. Yeah, everybody.
I want to be the wide receiver.
Everybody can't be the QB.
That's right. That's right. Everybody wants to be the QB. Everybody wants to be the controller. Everybody wants to be the person. But you know what?
But for what though?
We all can't be bosses. Damn it! Some of us got to be workers.
As a woman, I don't want that position.
Oh, it's a lot out there to do. Want to be the boss? Sometimes I wish I could go back in. You know how the kids when they get grown, like I wish I would listen to you and you tell me how adulting is this, that, and the other. Hey, you see it on your feed too. You see
it's a lot to be the QB.
Absolutely, the quarterback takes all the blame.
I'm gonna play my role, but
you don't know who the second type. You don't know who the guys on the linemen are. You know who the quarterback is. You don't know nobody else until you know who the quarterback is. But anyway, all right. So Jessica says exactly. So why can't we do that for our man? Oh shit. Yep.
Ding, ding, ding. His audio, okay. His stuff ain't working.
Miss Linda says, agree. Why don't you read that next one for me?
The power struggle. It is. The power struggle is real. I mean, I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, and the girl, it was a young lady who just refused to just admit that biologically the man is stronger than a woman. Like biologically, that's everybody know that. Like it's a struggle. It's like the battle of the sexes right now. I don't want no smoke.
Well, yes, and for this particular video, like she's talking about, it was an interview. Maybe I'll drop that in. I'll drop that in the. I'm gonna drop a link to that video. As a YouTuber, he's gaining some. The actual channel is gaining a lot of subscribers. But ask this young lady. I guess she was in her early 20s. A series of questions. She said, "Yes, I grew up. My mom didn't have, and my grandmother." And she thought that men and women should be equal and that WNBA players should make as much as NBA players. And he was trying to explain to her the reasons why they don't. It's not because of their women. It's because of a number of other factors. But she could not. She refused to see it any other way. But anyway, all right. Rob Bailey says someone says Rob Bailey. Yes, sir. 2 QBs over here.
Oh, look, y'all gonna have a fight tonight. Now y'all can get it right QB. Over there.
Okay, how does that work? 2 QBs. Come on now. You can only have one quarterback. Somebody's got to be the receiver.
Somebody got to sit on the sideline.
Now we all know. Let's be real. People switch roles when needed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Depending on the situation. We're not going to just say it all once because that's on business. But with a lot of this,
sometimes you got to step up to the plate.
Yes, some of this we're talking about tonight is a little bit in jest, but a lot in actual realness as well.
All right. So my next question is: do you believe that the man is the head of the family, head of the household?
Yes, for good reasons that I think we've touched on a lot so far, having that responsibility. And also, we're talking about biology. I hope this doesn't, we're talking about biology. There's a saying that has a lot of truth in it. Shoulders are built for pressure, hips are built for, shoulders are built for pressure, not hips.
Right.
Meaning that the man's shoulders are built for pressure. Men look at things on a balance of probabilities with more logic, with more logical base. That's why.
And I'm emotional.
Exactly. Women more emotional and nurturing, the yin and the yang.
But which is very well needed.
Man, you're going to quit cutting me off, man. I'm trying to get this to my. No, you good. That's why you see a lot of engineers and men like to work with things. And that's why when it comes to healthcare and social things, women are dominate that 70% of this,
right.
that. So those roles, so logical thinking is key. It's like we always kind of say on a lot of times, like if your man walks up to you and say, "Hey, it's time to go. Hey, we need to go." A submissive woman say, "Go." Because she doesn't know, because she knows, hey, it's a combative person. What's going on? It may be danger. You just get, so that's what we talk about. Why it's always good for have one lead, because somebody.
Let me interrupt him again. So that was an example I used last week when we were in the mall when we kind of first moved to Memphis. I was in my favorite store shopping. I'm saying my favorite store. He came in there. He was like, "Hey, drop the shit you got in your hand. Run. Do not look back. Don't worry about me, you, and Jaden. Get out of here." So me, being submissive, being okay, if he's telling me this, he's telling me this for a reason. I'm not asking no question. He say, "Don't look back. Don't worry about me." Me and Jaden got the hell up out of there. And
you dropping all names.
So you know what I'm saying? That I mean, somebody has to. You got to know your, you know, you got to let the man lead. I can't sit there and question. Well, what's going on? Well, what's it? Somebody gonna get killed in the midst of me trying to figure out what the hell is going on. No, I'm listening. I'm doing what I need to do.
In a lot of different facets of life, whether it's work, play, whatever, somebody has to lead, somebody has to follow. All right, next. All right, so let's go to the question. It says Linda said, "I don't want to be the QB. I love my position, receiver."
Yes.
Oh snap!
I
was gonna say something, but that's Auntie. I don't want to be out of line. Jessica says yes. And what's the last one? Who's the name on that one? Can you see?
Oh, Rob.
When she is the QB, I'm the owner.
Hey, look, what you say? Stepping up the position.
One-upmanship. Yeah. I like that. Like that's the competitiveness in the guys. All right. What's the next question?
We are kind of talked about. Do you think it is important for the kids to see mom serve dad?
Oh yeah. We kind of talked on that. What's your next one? Hey, I think this is a good subject. I appreciate everybody that's in here tonight that is answering the questions, being respectful and understanding that these are just topics that are important, but to being able to be civil as well. Let's read this one here. I believe both can lead, just depend on the situation. I had to push back on that one there.
You can't hit your button.
Yeah, I can't hit my button. I respect the response, but
as they say, can't be two chefs in the kitchen.
Right. You have a chef and you have a sous chef. You have a president and vice president. Ultimately,
somebody's got to make the final.
Yes. So a good leader, whether it's the wife, or it's the husband, whichever one, a good leader will take the opinions and the issues at hand of those that he is or she is leading in consideration before making a final decision. That's what good leaders do. It's like a CEO, like a manager at your job. Take all the information provided, get the input of his people or her people, and make a decision from there. But someone has to have the final decision. One of these good ones, and I'm not going to ask people to answer this one, but just in reference to this particular comment, I believe both can lead, just depending on the situation. There's going to come times, and this is the thing that men talk about, and I didn't have this discussion until you get a little bit older, that, it's me and you, and we got Junior, our son, and we come to odds, and it's a decision about Junior. He either goes left or he goes right.
You've seen those TikTok videos, who the kids run to.
Oh, I haven't seen that. That's not what I'm referring to. But,
I know that's not what you're talking
about. Does he go left or right? A very, very important decision. She feels he needs to go left. I feel he needs to go right. And we're talking about my son. Who gets the final say?
I definitely think it's important for you to, as the head of the household, you got to get the final say. I think it's important for dads to take the lead on parenting.
Yes. And the reason why, and this is not our personal opinion, but from research and studies, is because the man is going to look at it typically more logically. Mm-hmm. And if whatever decision is made turns out to be incorrect, because they will at times, it falls on his shoulders, not the wife. So it's up to him to fix or repair what went wrong or to get it back on course. And it's just like you think about that when it comes to work. We always say, work, because marriage is like work a little bit too. That, your manager makes a decision for the employees. If it doesn't go right, then it's up for the manager to fix it. You get too many cooks in the kitchen, the old saying. But anyway, All right. So what's the next question?
So my next question, this is just hypothetical. If your husband, this is for the ladies, if your husband decides from this day forward that he wants you to fix his plate, are you good with that? Why or why not?
Say that one more time.
So if your husband, this is for the ladies, decides from this day forward that he wants you to fix his plate, he be like, babe, I ain't fixing my plate no more. I want you to fix my plate. Are you good with that? Like, are you good with that? Like, are you gonna buck up, or you gonna be like, no problem? What, how do you feel about that?
That's a good question. I got to know. I got to follow up to that one. Yeah.
What y'all say? If your husband decide right now, I don't want to fix my plate no more, I prefer for you to fix it. What are you gonna say? Are you gonna fix it, or are you gonna be like, hell to the no?
That's a good one.
I'm waiting on the comments.
That is a good one. Good one. I wouldn't ask you that.
You probably wouldn't ask me that.
No.
But see, the thing about that is, I expect you to open my door for the rest of our forever living day.
That's true.
I want you to open my door, every time. I want you to make sure I'm good every time. So if you ask me to do something, and when I'm ready to have sex, I want you to be able to, So if I require certain things from you, it's okay if you be like, babe, hey,
100%.
when we at the house, do you mind fixing my plate from here on out? No problem, because I expect certain things from you. So,
yep. Yeah. So we got, who is this? What's the name on this one here?
Shantae.
So Shantae say, yes, I will give it up for Shantae. We'll do the old school clap since my box ain't working. Today. How y'all like if y'all like the scenery in the back, go ahead and drop a few hearts. Hit that like button real quick if y'all like the scenery in the back.
Y'all like I was
kind of playing with the colors here. Let me see. Let me play with these.
He's so crazy.
No, you know what? Yeah, I like. Let me see. Oh,
thank y'all.
Look at that. Then we high tuck up in this piece.
Yeah, so I would too. So it's good that some women are okay with that. What about y'all? What anybody else? Are you okay if your husband decided, hey, I want you to fix my plate? You good with that? Yeah.
Let's see what this next one is. So Jessica says, I initially would be looking at him sideways, and he's going to have to do a requirement for me.
Cousin, no, you didn't.
Oh, that's your cousin now?
Yeah.
Hey, well, let me ask you, Jessica.
He's already doing his requirement, which is protecting you and his daughter.
Yeah.
And making sure he opened that car door, making sure y'all safe, making sure y'all protected, cousin.
Well, she said what she said.
I'm not stepping on no toes, but I'm saying,
Yeah, you just stepped all on her toes.
Cousin, I love her.
I know. I'm just suggest. Miss Linda says your home is simple. Well, thank you. We try. We try. I love y'all know me. I'm a tech guy. I love anything that plugs into the wall that can possibly shock and kill you. All right. And someone says, nah, I'm not fixing no plates over here, LOL, because he doesn't like to take out the trash. Step your game up, brother. Take that trash out.
That's a constant struggle.
Look, I struggle with that today. Yeah. Me and my son. That's supposed to be his responsibility and my responsibility. So, I get it. But that's a good one. What's the next one here?
Funny.
She said, I said what I said. You sure did, because it stepped all on your toes.
Yeah, what she said. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let me ask you, okay, so do you view serving your husband as I guess again, this is for the women, as honor and respect? Do you view your serving a man as honoring him and respecting him? Do you get my question?
Yes. I'm sorry, I was reading.
That's okay.
Rude.
Okay, that's okay.
Rude. But real quick, before you answer that, you answer that question,
because we were supposed to get Mariah in here. So good.
If Mariah is still in here, I'm sorry, I didn't see your private message that you sent her. But let's go ahead and touch on what Mariah said, because it is relevant to what we're talking about now. So Mariah said, I think this was in reference to Rose and about serving a husband, why or why not. And she said, modern woman has taken many roles of the man. which we talked about. Yeah, so that we were talking about equalism. She also said challenges occur when younger women are not taught how to care for a husband, especially when our parents were not married.
Ding, ding,
That is
ding,
true.
ding, ding.
That is
Our
true.
sound
That's true.
effects are not working, but that is so true. I think even for me, I personally did not gain, I'm not going to say right or wrong or whatever. I did not gain certain knowledge until my recent years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't necessarily view Lamar as, I ain't going to say superior because he is, but we're not equal. Flat, don't care no way. Me and Lamar are not equal. His role is way, I mean, we're both important, but you know, the value of a man is beyond what I was taught. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother show, but I'm trying not to.
Well, you know what? It's tough to
yes.
it is tough to say what you're saying in a public way
yeah.
without coming off a certain.
But
type
I definitely
of
wasn't taught, you know, how to respect a man, how to treat a man, because my mom always worked 2 jobs. My mom always made sure we had what we needed. So it was more of a independent, you know, type of.
Yeah, and that's that's the thing about I forgot, I lost my train of thought. That's the one thing about getting old. You know a lot of things, but shit, you forget a lot of stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, all right, so let's get back on track. So we got a couple of comments since then. Said yes, and all right, read that one there if you will.
She says, for real, cousin Sarah, I'm not going to throw Big Cuz under the bus like that. I always fix his plate and he takes out the trash. I'm sure. Most people who got something serious like they ain't really just putting it out there like that. But that's a great thing. That's a beautiful thing that you guys that you fix his plate and, you know, things like that. I mean, he's a good guy. You're, you know, beautiful woman. So
yeah. So Jessica says, so my dad died when I was 10. Sorry to hear that. And my mom never remarried, so I didn't have anyone to look up to.
Yeah, I think most of us.
Yeah. You know, once you start talking about some of these subjects as well, you start to realize some of the things that, you know, sometimes that we've been through. And I think I've heard this, and I'm so glad that I've heard this so much in the last couple of years, actually about 3 years, about therapy, because a lot of people say that just as Black people, period, that, you know, we need a certain amount of therapy just to be able to deal with a lot of traumas. It has always been taboo in our community. And we hear this, you know, we sometimes associate going to see a professional as you're crazy or something's wrong with you. And then now it's even, you still see this as well, where you say, yo, I need time to, you know, to focus on myself, or to, what's the word when people say they kind of like heal myself? We don't have we don't have self-healing powers. Now you can work on yourself and do some things, but the majority of us do not have the power and knowledge of a therapist. That's why we have therapists. Yes. Yeah. Go heal yourself. That's what I was trying to say.
But Aunt Linda said yes, she does view serving your husband as a form of honor and respect. And me too, personally. You know, I feel like, you know, you deal with so many things on the outside. So for me to serve you or fix your plate is no big deal. You know, you come home. And I'm not going to say, let me tell you how this. I'm learning, and I'm still learning. I am not perfect, and I am just definitely learning.
Oh, but you're doing a great job.
Well,
and I ain't saying that just because we live in front of a whole bunch of people that smack the shit out of me if I say anything different.
I would not smack you.
No, but no, you're doing a great job. And, you know, that's one thing about the beautiful thing about marriage.
And this is one thing why we did the show, so we can be with other married couples, learning from each other, and, you know, getting, you know, a different viewpoint or different angles, because what we think all the time ain't necessarily
just right.
You know what
just
I mean?
Right. So and we also did this as a bonding thing too. You know, you go through parts of your marriage where you feel real close to your spouse. Other times you don't. Not that we weren't, but we felt like this would be a way that we can at least stay connected. Because for one, we physically want to be connected for an hour every Thursday, right? But also the lead up. It takes several days to get an hour's worth of show together. So we talk, we text, additional things. So it's good. I highly suggest projects like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be a podcast or anything.
A specialty drink.
If you do one, for instance, if you like to cook, you love languages eating. My love language is eating.
Love
Hey, a couple of times a month or once a month, piggyback one person say, hey, I'm gonna fix this particular meal, so on and so,
or you just have your, when we go on vacation, we make our little signature drinks or whatever, finding something that, hey, every time we go on vacation, this our drink, it'd be it'd be small, but it's, it's cute.
Damn, we had some music in the background, and I don't know. I hope they didn't pick it up because this whole thing gonna get deleted. Oh man, I forgot to turn the music off. I don't know if y'all can hear it now, but anyway.
How did it come on?
It's been on. It never went on.
It wasn't on.
It wasn't on.
But anyway.
Anyway, yeah. So, all right. So we're gonna give.
We love you too.
Yeah, we love you too. And somebody said, what's the name? Cabral said, man and women have to learn how to submit to one another.
Ooh, that's it.
Yes.
That's so true. That's very true. Because men submit just as much as women submit. It is a form of submission. Like you're gonna be like, okay, whatever you decide. So there's always some submission.
There is some submission that goes both ways. But one thing that one of the things that you can, we'll leave it at that. Go ahead. All right, so we made it to an hour. I'm sorry that we couldn't bring y'all in. This is probably, and on real time, we are only as good as we can get with the software and everything that is provided. Just sometimes it doesn't go. So I apologize for that because I know we had a lot of people queued up and ready to go and voice their opinions. So we apologize for that. Yeah, but we're gonna come back at it next week as well. Before we get out of here tonight, I want to send a shout out to. We are originally from Cincinnati. We do live in Memphis now. Whoop, whoop. But the Cincinnati Bengals are going to play this particular Sunday in the Super Bowl, as everybody knows. So we want to give a shout out to them and all the.
Y'all can come down for the Super Bowl party.
Yeah, we're having the Super Bowl party. Also, we are celebrating our birthdays together, even though our birthdays are half a year apart. This coming April, we're going to drop in the chat after this particular broadcast. Hey, we don't have to be close. Y'all can. We don't even have to. Never seen you before, but we're going to drop the information in the group. You're more than welcome to join us in Puerto Rico, third weekend of April. I'll drop all the detailed information inside the chat.
We're celebrating my 40th
and my 50th. I'll be turning 50. She has turned 40. So we're going to go down there and celebrate from Thursday to Sunday, the third week of April. I know it's short notice, but we did it purposely because it's hard to plan anything out at any length of time when you're in the middle of a damn pandemic. I wanted to go to Paris, or came with the idea to go to Paris.
We're still going.
We are, and sip on some cognac on the rolling hills of Paris, but couldn't get out of the country for my 50th. But anyway, we'll do that at a later time. But we'll drop that in the end of the chat. You're more than welcome to join us. We know it's short notice, but it is 1 hour ahead of Eastern time. So if you're thinking about making a weekend trip, Puerto Rico is a United States territory.
Don't need a passport.
Don't need a passport. You do need to be vaccinated, but you can get down there, have a good weekend. You do need to be vaccinated. You have to get down there, have a good weekend, come back.
72 hours.
Yeah, come back and not have any jet lag because it's going to be close to it's just 1 hour ahead of Eastern time. Don't be pushing me. Hit me under the table. All right. So thank y'all so much for watching this evening. We really, really appreciate y'all. It's been.
Y'all hit him because he hit me.
Yeah. Let me tell my secrets what I'll be doing on this table. But we appreciate y'all joining us tonight. And hopefully you came away with a little something. We will drop what we have for the next.
We appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Next show. So thank y'all so much. We really appreciate it. Do you have your little
No. Oh. I didn't, because we were rushing tonight.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thank y'all so much. We appreciate it. We are going to go ahead and sign off, and we thank y'all so much. All right. Gotcha. All right. Well, thank y'all so much. We appreciate it. We are going to go ahead and sign off, and we thank y'all so much. All right. Gotcha. All right. Well, thank y'all. And I was telling you.